There are some risks of having a studio like this, and I know a lot of photographers want to have a studio, so I'm going to go through with you exactly what the crack is, how much I pay for it, what I own, and all the rest of it, whether it's mine, whether it's leased, rented, whatever. We're going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to tell you what's good, what's bad, and all of that sort of stuff. For those who don't know, I'm a commercial photographer. I shoot studio work, adverts, and all the rest of it. Now, oddly enough, we don't use this space that often. Any big shoots, which are my main money makers, we shoot in London. So straight off the bat, I don't need this space. Maybe for YouTube videos for sure, because I don't think you'd take me as seriously if I was in my bedroom, but I don't need this space. However, I have a studio, and let me tell you first of all, I rent this space. I do not own it, I rent it. I pay a monthly fee. I won't say the exact numbers, but it costs several £1000s a month to run it, less than 10, more than a few. It's quite an expense. However, it's an expense I can afford, and it fits within, I use profit first, so my operating costs need to be 30% of my gross, and that's including everything, not just this, and it fits way within that. So we're all good in terms of affording this. Could I buy a studio? Yeah, I probably could, but I don't want to because I'm not fully committed to this space. At any time, if I change what I'm doing, I can just get up and go with 3 months' notice, get rid of all this kit, and I'm done with the place. If I own it, it's a bit more difficult and it's more of a long-term thing. I'm not ready to commit, which might sound ridiculous to you, but I don't want to commit to something like that. I've got to sell it. Anyway, by the by, I rent it. It's a big space. Behind the wall here is the same space again, which we're building into in the next month. Over yonder is my office, which is where I spend 90% of my time. Now, I come into here Monday to Friday, 9 till 5. I do the school run in the morning, drop the kids off, come into here, have my coffee. By 10 a.m, I start working. And I'm in here by myself most of the time. We obviously have busy periods where we've got staff in here and all the rest of it. I have a cleaner come in once a week. But most of the time, it's just me pottering around. This is my sanctuary. This is my happy space. This is my quiet space. I have a nap on my sofa over here at 1 o'clock, go home at 5:30, and I do home life. But I could go without this space. I don't need it to do my job. It's a luxury, and a great luxury, a very privileged luxury to have. Now, there's some great things about this. One is quiet space. If I'm at home, my partner works from home. My dog's at home. My cat's at home. It's very hard for me to concentrate without being constantly pestered, the doorbell, whatever it is. There's a lot of pizzazz going on. When I'm here, I get to focus in the sort of slightly neurodiverse way that I like to. It's silent, it's quiet, everything's where I want it to be, it's blissful. It is, however, expensive, and I do have to pay for it. My electric bills are astronomical thanks to the various increases in prices. I have to clean it. Obviously I have a cleaner come in, but I still have to clean stuff. I have to maintain my kit. I have to manage my kit. I have to make sure it works. I have to store it, get it out. There's loads of stuff I do in here, which is just keeping I have a whole workbench just to keep the studio running, so I have to build it and stuff. It takes effort and time. That's a real negative. It's a fixed monthly cost, and that's a negative. But it's a great place to come and work. It's a great place to come and hang out. It's a great place for me to come and be quiet, and I like that. Now, we have started in recent years doing more shoots here, so it has become a great way for me to make money. The day rate I charge a studio out is between £700 and £800 a day, plus consumables. That comes to me. That's how much we charge our clients to shoot in the studio, and it's slightly more if we want to use a London one. And I don't get any of that money if it's a London one because it goes to them. It's great having this studio space because I can do a test shoot whenever I want. I've got my kit out, like there's a light here ready to go. My camera's permanently set up, which wheel it out, well, we're off to the races. If I didn't have this space and wanted to do a test shoot, I'd have to rent a studio, transport my kit there, or get a rental house to bring kits in. There's a whole load of logistics going on there. But it's cheaper doing it that way. Because I only do a test shoot, once a month nowadays? I could just rent a space for a few hundred. It's always cheaper to rent for test shoots and commercial jobs. They charge you a lower fee because you have less wear and tear on the space, and then you've got less money for it. Renting the kit I need, don't have to own all this kit. I have to own kit in here. I've got 14 Broncolor heads now and 6 packs. It's expensive. I've got my cameras, my salon stands, I've got video lights and all the rest of it. Backgrounds, grip, editing machines, editing monitors, all that stuff, a server. It all costs money and takes time. And it is a real drain on resources. During COVID, it was stressful because I still had to pay for this place when I couldn't work. And that was a real moment of going, ooh, this is a risk. This place here is a liability. from a financial sense, an emotional sense, and a logistical sense. It is not an investment, it's a liability. It costs more than it allows me to make. Now, of course, I make more than it costs, but not because of the space. Without this space, I'd make a very similar amount of money. Sure, I wouldn't get those day rates of renting the studio out, but it pales into insignificance compared to the time and money this place costs over the course of a year, of course. There are real benefits as well to having a studio because it seems more professional. I've got a studio. I'm a real photographer. I'm so Johnny Big Balls, I can afford this kit here. I've got all this space. I'm a real photographer. Working out your bedroom doesn't look as pro. But if you're in London, no one cares about that. It's only outside of London it seems to be an issue in the UK, and I'm sure it's the same in the States. Now, having this place here does make me seem more professional, but then to whom? People who care and pay the big 6-figure shoot fees, they don't care if you've got a studio or not. People who care local to me, they don't have the budget to hire me. So, you know, it's a bit of an ego boost. It's nice to come to work here. I like commuting in. I like having my coffee in the morning. You know, all those things are nice, but it's not really the be all and end all. It doesn't really help my career that much. Sure, I've benefited from test shooting heavily when there's like nothing going on, and I can do a YouTube channel here and it's all set up to go, and it looks to you like I'm a photographer, doesn't it? You can see the kit and you're like, yeah, he's a photographer. Like I said earlier, doing this in my bedroom, in my kitchen, in my sitting room, it wouldn't be the same vibe. I'd still be the same photographer, but it perhaps wouldn't be the same vibe. When I want to run a workshop, an online workshop with the ones I sell on Tin House Studio, we film them in here and I can spend whole days in here filming. It's fine. When I've got my editor in the office and I'm out here shooting, it all works beautifully. Everything here is nicely set up for me. But going back to it, don't need it. Don't need it. And I see a point in the future where I don't have it. I see a time in the future where I don't have it. And I just work from home when I'm slowing down in life and I'm not doing as much. Right now, it serves me well. But for you, it might not. For you, it might be an absolute nightmare. Now, a lot of people ask me, like, I'm going to answer some of these studio questions. Why have you got all the walls painted white? Doesn't it bounce light everywhere? Yeah, it bounces light absolutely everywhere. That's all right, though. We'll get some black flags in and I don't get seasonal depression because I'm in a pitch black box. Like, you psychopaths. Who here has I've got to know. I've shot at Big Sky Studios in London. They are jet black studios. They're purpose built for just amazing work. But I can go in there for a day or a week, but I won't want to spend all my time in there. This is a nice place to be. The studio we're building out back is going to be jet black. It's going to be pitch black in there. And it's not going to be for hanging out, and it's going to be for getting the work done. Getting video work done especially. But like, more power to you if you can sit in a pitch black studio Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 for years on end. Like that would break me. Like, I need to have it nice. This is all curated to look like my space. I like it like this. You know, and likewise, like kit. The kit in here is my kit. I like to have it here. It's all for me. It's not for everybody. It's for me. You know, and yes, we rent it. We don't own it. The building, not the kit. We own the kit. We rent the building. And yes, it might make better financial sense to own the studio. I'm sure it would do, actually, having looked at the numbers recently in terms of the cost and the prices increase. But it serves me well having this relationship. Will I buy a studio in the future? Maybe. I think in 5 years' time, if I get to a point where I go, yeah, do you know what? I'm a lifer at this. This is what I'm going to be doing forever now. I'll probably buy a studio or a house and build an annex in the back and work from there. I don't know yet. But, you know, I don't have any plans on buying a studio soon. And, you know, maybe I'd have to buy one in London. I'd buy a studio space in London and, you know, I'd use that to work from. I don't know. I'm very much looking at my current goals, and I only buy and rent stuff to serve my current goal set. And at the moment, this is the setup I have. Now, the other question I get is, do I rent this out to people? No, I do not. You cannot come in my space and use it. When we've got the new place out the back, maybe we'll rent it out to people that I know, but I don't want people coming in here to shoot. It's just, it's not that, the hassle's too much. Like, you know, it's too much hassle. I've got no interest now. I don't want to be a rental company. It's very easy in photography to suddenly go, well, I rent my kit out, I rent my studio out, I rent this out, that out. It's all of a sudden all this work going into like a small amount of money. It's not for me. There's better things I can do with my time to make more money. But of course, some people have rental studios and that is their income, and that is a good income if it's all you do. If your business model is I've got a rental studio, that works really well. But for me, doing it is like here and there, It's just too much hassle. Too much hassle indeed. It's not. We're not set up for that. Will my puppy be coming to the studio? Yes, he will. His name is Teddy. He is adorable. He is currently a nightmare. He's at the chewing everything stage. My hands are like Swiss cheese. But he'll be coming in here with me pretty much every day. If I'm not on a shoot, my dog will be with me. And it's part of the change I'm going through in how I'm working at the moment, like being an agent, doing portfolio reviews and mentorships, doing fewer photo shoots because we set like a bit of a barrier on what's worth doing and what's not. I've got more time. I'm doing more things, but I have more free time. I want to go for a walk in the middle of the day around the park with my dog. I want to do that. That's something I aspire to do daily. I'll go to the gym at night, walk during the day, be healthier, be fitter, be happier. Just live a bit of a nicer life. I've been grinding for years. I want to start having more goals which are lifestyle based rather than just like more money. Because what am I going to do with more money? Like I can, buy a studio in London, sure, but it's not going to make me any happier having a bit more money, is it? So I want to, bring my dog in. We'll do some dog videos. He'll probably have his own YouTube channel because I'm obsessed with editing video. Not these sorts here. This is just, cut and paste. But, I like editing little stories. I don't really share them anywhere, but I make my little story videos for myself. I edit them. I find it amusing. It's fun. Maybe I'll share them one day. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to share those videos at some point. I'll find a way to do so. Now, the next question I get asked all the time is, are you now happy with the Fuji? For those who don't know, I was furious with the Fuji. It was rubbish. I've grown to tolerate it. It's fine. I don't love it. It doesn't give me any funny feelings, but it's fine. I've got on with it. We'll be keeping the Fuji. I might even buy a second one as a backup, which I wasn't going to do originally, but I think we'll just shoot Fuji for everything now. It's a GFX 100. I'll buy the same again. I won't buy the newer version, I don't think. I'll have a look at the sensors. If the sensors are identical, I'll probably buy the newer version for the next one, but if not, I'll just buy another one of these. Yeah, they're pretty good. I like them. Getting on with it now. I need better computers, which is annoying because it's not that long ago I bought new computers, so I need better computers, especially for tethering. When you're shooting really fast, the swap memory fills up the hard drive and it all crashes, so I just need something with a lot of RAM and a big old hard drive for tethering. But for editing, my M1 Mac Mini still does the job, so it gets through these gets through these B-RAW video files, 6K, and it gets through the 16-bit RAW files from the Fuji. But tethering, bit of an issue in file size and data funneling, tunneling, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I hope this has been a bit of use to you about the studio. It's a weird topic to cover because it's not something most people need to know about, but I thought, this channel is not about the views, it's about the information, and hopefully this is of use to somebody. And you can go, yeah, I do need a studio, or no, you know what, Scott's right, it's just a nice to have. We don't need that. We can make more money without it. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.